so I'm not really good at making videos, but I thought I'd talk about Supergrip because I really enjoy this grip tape. Although aesthetically, I don't think it looks good. At least, like preferably, I would want a perfect cutout for each individual mouse. But I know since there's a lot of mice out there that it's kind of hard to be able to do every single one, right? Like there's probably going to be some for the most popular one, and there's probably going to be some for Pulsar's mice, which is understandable. And you can definitely get like a longer sheet, which you can, if you're good at it, you can kind of cut the exact shape of yours for your specific needs. But I wanted to talk a little bit about this, so sorry if I ramble like all over the place. Now, if you watch my videos before, I'm not a very clean person when it comes to like keeping my desk set up clean. I tend to eat at my desk when I'm gaming. I tend to drink just a lot of different stuff like snacks, drinks, food, because time is limited, and coming home from work or whatever, I don't want to like spend the time sitting at a table and just eating. I rather like multitask and do two things at once, whether it's gaming and eating or watching movies or TV shows while I'm sitting at my desk, watching reaction videos or watching other content creators, just depending on what I feel like watching. So my mouse pads tend to get dirty and they don't like look as clean as other people who keep their actual setups clean. I mean, I think my mouse pad looks pretty all right, which this one right now is the Artisan Zero. But just giving a little bit of context, because if you tend to eat like myself, your hands are always going to get super greasy, filled with like a lot of different types of food, chips, depending on what you're eating. So when it comes to these grips, and the reason that I'm mentioning of like how dirty I am, or when it comes to like food and stuff, when I first got these, they were very sticky, that's for sure. And not that they're not sticky anymore, they're just a little bit less. And I don't know if that's a me thing because, like I said, I tend to eat at my desk. But I will say these are still probably, for me personally, the best grips that I've ever used compared to like anything that's ever came with the G-Wolf's mice or any third-party mice or mouse grip tape that I've used. I do like this better. But when it comes to like designs and looks, obviously the ones that come pre-made for other mice look better. And the difference, it almost like what I love about this grip tape that comes with the G-Wolf's mice is that it just feels textured. You can feel like the grooves on the mouse, like on the mouse grip tape. I don't know if I can show it, but as you can see, it has like little lines, and all of those you can feel whenever you have your hand on it. And personally, I like being able to feel that because it makes me feel very like stable whenever I'm gripping my mouse. And I personally I do enjoy that. I know some people like a smoother, flatter surface, and some people like thinner grip tape. Some people like thicker. For me, depending on the mouse that I'm using, I would rather have a thicker grip tape, which for instance, when it comes to the HSK Pro, I doubled the grip on it. You probably won't be able to see it, but I put 2 layers of it just to make it a little bit higher. And I also put 2 layers on the side just so I can make it a bit wider. And I still don't, I'm going to talk about this mouse eventually, not right now, but this is not going to be my main. My main is still happens to be the HSK Plus. I still love this mouse. This is the one I'm still maining, but I have tried the Lamzu Mini. I have tried this one, which I'm going to make separate videos that I'm working on currently, since I've used those mice for a while now, but I want to give my overall thoughts on them once, give each individual its own video and talk about them. But right now, just talking about the grip tape. So I did get the pre-cut one, and I do enjoy it. I think it's very good, and it comes with a lot of them. I think for the price, it's very good. I still think it's very grippy, even as dirty as I am when it comes to like eating. I still find it to be very useful. Not going to be as noticeable on this mouse because I only use it for this one. And the reason I use it for this one is because I tend to pull my mouse back with my finger more than any other like finger that's on my mouse. I don't really move my sides. What moves is this mainly, like what's pulling the mouse. Yeah, I tend to move like this on my sides, but it's not the one doing the main movement. The main movement is kind of like my index finger. So I tend to have grip tape so I can feel kind of locked in which I personally like this one compared to like the ones that it came with. I wouldn't use any other sides for this because I just don't want to make it wider. I think the size and the shape of this mouse is perfect for me. So I wouldn't want to make this heavier or higher or wider because I just personally like the way that this is already. And I don't think that I need any type of grip tape when it comes to this mouse personally. So there's not really much to talk about when it comes to this. It's just grip tape, right? I would definitely recommend that you try it out for yourself, whether you want to get the pre-cut versions or you want to get one that you can cut yourself. They sell both. I'm probably going to pick up another one of these just so I can use it for other mice that I intend to get in the future. And I do want to try them out for the Lamsu. So, I mean, yeah, it's going to be a very short video. There's really nothing else to say. I think they hold up very well over time. I've had them since release, the same version of them. I haven't upgraded, but I want to buy more just to feel what it's like brand new, because like I can feel the difference when it comes to the ones that have been on here and compared to the ones that I use. But I will say, when you get sweaty, I feel like they get even stickier, which could be a good thing for people who do sweat, right? So you'll feel very locked in. But like I said, I don't really have an issue when it comes to this mouse. The main one that I actually used them with was this one, and it definitely made a big difference of how I grip it. I just couldn't aim with this mouse, but like I said, video for a different time. But I think it's going to be subjective, obviously. You need to try them. It's definitely worth it. I think the price is fine. I think the pre-cut is fine, but like I said, if you want to cut your own shapes, and if you have the tools for that to cut it perfectly, or you don't really care if it's perfect and you want to have it like this, you can also do that yourself. It's probably better to have a whole sheet if you like to cut it specifically for the specific mouse that you have. But I think these can pretty much fit on any mouse, right? Depending on where you're trying to put them. Like on the sides, I use the square ones, but you can use the circle ones if you want. You can use the little hexagons or octagons. You can use the little ovals or little bar looking ones right here. And they pretty much fit well if you're trying to use them as side grips. Now, if you're trying to use these on buttons, they're not going to fit on every mouse because they tend to be very skinny, and these are very wide. So I don't know if they're meant for that. They might be, like, for instance, on the, what mouse is this? I forgot what the name of all these mice are, but on these, the V2 Mini, it definitely fits here just because they're wider. But when it comes to like the HSK, it's definitely like a lot smaller, a lot thinner. So it's not going to fit on this one. I don't know if it's going to fit on the Lamsu. They're definitely wider, but like I said, I haven't tried them out on this one, so I don't know if they'll fit. My main mouse is this, and that's what I've been maining, even though I've been testing other mice. So yeah, let me know your thoughts down below if you like if this is your favorite grip tape, or if you have other ones that you preferably like better than this one. And if you like thin or thicker, I do wish that they had different thickness, because I think, to me, this is too thin. I know a lot of people love how thin, like the thinner the better, because they don't want to change the shape of a mouse. But I feel like having more options, like a variety of options, doesn't hurt. And I would love to see something a little bit thicker. And one of the thickest grip tape actually has been the one that came with the Lamsu Mini. It definitely feels thicker, and it's more like cushion. I do like the feel of that, and I wish this was that thickness. They had like a version of that, and I would be happily using it on both of these and other mice, because an issue that I have with the HSK Plus is I feel like, to me, this is kind of a little bit too low. I just want it a little bit higher. I guess I could have put two of them here, but I ended up using most of mine on the smaller version. So maybe if I'll just get some and then just stack them, that will kind of solve my issue. But other than that, like I said, this is the perfect mouse for me. I just wish it was a little bit lighter, and that would be my only complaint. The shape, I think, is fine. Where the buttons are, I think it's fine. But yeah, I'm going to make a video comparing these two, mainly talking about this one, but also talking about why I love this one more for my grip style and how I play and stuff. So yeah, let me know your thoughts down below, and sorry for the bad quality and like me just stumbling upon my words. It's kind of awkward trying to come back to these, like making these videos and not knowing what to say. I guess this is why, one of the reasons why people read off a script, because it's a lot easier. And some people are just naturally better at talking like off the top of their head. So I'm not one of those people. But yeah, hopefully, yeah, you got something out of this. Let me know if you have any questions down in the comments below. But thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. And I'll see you on the next video. Have a lovely rest of your night or day whenever you're watching. And I'll talk to you in the next one. Be safe.